games can add interest in various ways. For single-player games, this primarily includes the plot, the setting in which events unfold, characters, and so on. Essentially everything you find in movies, TV shows, or cartoons. However, when it comes to competitive games, making them interesting can be more challenging, as there isn't much room to add a storyline, although there was once an idea to do just this in CSGO. If you're curious about this, write in the comments and we might discuss it further. Thus, what remains available to developers to enhance interest in a competitive game are quality patches that balance the competing sides, optimization of the game for various devices, and a few other aspects. Despite these differences, one factor that unites both types of games is the addition of certain nuances for players. Of course, we are talking about Easter eggs. Today, let's discuss them. We'll start with the map that has undergone some of the most changes since the release of CS2 Inferno. If you use certain console commands to access the church altar, you'll find that priests also enjoy playing video games, as evidenced by a TV or screen displaying the main menu of CS Source, with corresponding sounds from the speakers. During this version of the game, there was an object called Funk Vehicle, which allowed the creation of fully controllable vehicles. Over time, developers removed them from the game, and for a long while, enthusiasts have requested their return because they were used to create custom maps that became popular. During one such discussion on Twitter, the official CS2 account mentioned it. Fans, without much thought, began to hope for their return. However, we ended up with just such an Easter egg next to the T-spawn. Another Easter egg refers us to an old version of this map. A picture in the apartments next to the T-spawn reads Inferno Village, 1915. Here we can see nods to the developers who created this map. They didn't forget about the map's original author either. All inscriptions containing Audi refer us to Christopher Audi, the author of the original map. At the counter-terrorist spawn, you can see an interesting advertising fresco Grossini, which in design and sound is very similar to the real brand of Vermouth Martini. However, in the game, they decided not to associate it with alcohol and rebranded the company as a manufacturer of machine oil. Many have already discussed the Polish flag on a dumpster, so we'll just remind you of it, a curious place for its placement. Flying near the CT spawn, we can understand how the special forces reached their position. Their APCs are located below the descent, and directly from the spawn, you can see the hooks used by the officers to pull themselves up. An advertising sign near the passage to the second mid informs us about the wonderful Swedish cheeses and fish from Magnar J, which in turn refers to one of Valve's most famous developers, Magnar Jensen from Sweden. There is also a reference to him on the Vertigo map. On each of the barrels at the plants is a sticker with a message from someone named Jacob, who works with Magnar. It states that Jacob is not too thrilled about such cooperation, calling Magnar a thief and a jerk who won't let him go to the bathroom until the work is done. Moreover, these containers hold a very dangerous substance, and in case of contact, it's best to panic and call 911. We already know Magnar, and Jacob is most likely another Valve employee, Jake Rodkin. Many are already aware of the roasted chickens that can be obtained by igniting them with incendiary grenades. But few knew that on Anubis, chickens are revered alongside Egyptian pharaohs, a testament to their long existence in the game, such that if they were ever removed, Valve's history with removing the boiler on Inferno would seem like child's play. By the way, where there used to be a boiler, there is now a concierge's place, and probably out of boredom during workdays, he decided to write a screenplay titled Counter-Strike. Next to it, you can also find the logo of Mapcore, the company that developed a large part of the maps for Counter-Strike, with Anubis being no exception. Wandering around the overpass map, we can also spot some interesting moments that might not immediately catch your eye during regular games. Thus, we find a poster in the bank depicting a chicken from the trailer for the Operation Riptide. The bills scattered on the floor originate from Munich, as indicated by the letter X starting their code, although the events occurred in Berlin, as evidenced by the TV tower and the name of the cafe, which can be seen using NoClip. Oh yes, there is another Easter egg. The only open cell in the bank has the number 69. Just an observed detail.
Oh my.
probably only the laziest CS fan has not yet learned the bomb code that has existed throughout the game's history. For many years, there have been various rumors about what it ultimately means. Some are convinced it's just a random set of numbers. Others say it happened when a developer hit the numpad and got such a combination. And some are sure that it's a cipher made using the once popular internet language, Leet. We bet you've repeatedly seen the famous combination 1337, which deciphers as Leet or the full name Elite. Some proponents of this theory tried to decode the code using this language, obtaining Tesbo B, which in itself does not have any valuable information. But if you mirror it, it becomes more understandable as Bombset. But what is this Bombset? Here CS Source comes to our aid, which we mentioned today. A small letter M adorned the bomb model of that version. And if we add it to this cipher, we get a fairly logical phrase, Bombset, which we can understand as bomb planted. We do not claim this to be the truth, but it looks quite interesting and plausible. These were our observations, which we were able to find and share with you. So write in the comments what interesting facts or Easter eggs you know, and which one seemed the most interesting from our list. Don't forget about your likes, subscriptions, and notifications. After all, this is what will help promote content on your favorite topics to a larger audience. See you!